Well, gamers, it's that time of the year where you're going out and getting your shopping ready, right? And out of the biggest shopping day of the season for us is Black Friday, so I thought, hey, why not review Bargain Hunter? Let's check it out. Alright, so in the game Bargain Hunter, what you're going to do is you're going to be one of these little colored pawns here, and you're going to start on the payday there. And what you're going to do is you're going to start off with $1,000 in fake cash. You also get a credit limit with one of your plastic cards, credit cards being $1,000 credit. And you're going to be going around this big mall here, around sometimes into some of the department stores. We have 2 department stores, 2 furniture stores, and a pet shop. And you're going to be walking around, walking around the mall, shopping, trying to complete your whole bargain list. You check it off once you've got it and put down how much you put it for, your name up there. So that's the goal of the game. What you're going to do though is you're going to flip over. First off, each one of these have cards, would have different prices on it, and sometimes they differ. Like you see here, they have blenders for this much, but let's see what the opposing department store has. Oh, look, blenders are cheaper at the opposing department store, but there are cards in the deck, event cards here, that will make you switch these cards. And when you switch this card with another card, the prices in the department store change. So look at this. Blenders went down $5. Clothes dryers went up 25 bucks, and so on and so forth. And the same will be said for this department store, that furniture store, or the pet shop. So prices are always changing, like in regular consumer businesses, and you're going to be going around the board trying to buy everything on this list. Now, if you run out of cash, which you will really quick, you're going to have to start deciding when to use your credit card. And how that works is, if I wanted to buy a credit card and I landed on a refrigerator. Well, I don't have the whatever it costs. Let's see how much a refrigerator costs here. Refrigerator at this place costs $425. Let's say I didn't have that, but I can get it maybe on my, whoops, that's a red pawn, so the red credit card. So what I do is I put the red credit card there. It's an old school machine, and if I did that, it spun around and it said, oh, it's credit not approved. Now, sometimes, let me see if I can get it to the other one. Yeah, there it is now. Now it says credit approved. Now, if it says credit not approved, that's the end of my turn. I didn't get it. I could try again the next round and see if I could get it, but if it says credit not approved, then I won't get, I still won't get that fridge. So your credit can be, declined for whatever reason in the game, and that can be just a deterrent. How you move around, of course, you see this little spinner here, you'll spin it, and that's how many spaces you'll move around the board. On top of event cards, which can be good or bad for you, they also have bargain cards, bargain finder cards, which are usually good. I mean, here, it says go back, but it's for in-stores only. So like if you missed a place and you needed to go back a few spaces, instead of going back around to the next department store, you could use this and go back. They also have cards in here. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, there you go. It's 150 bucks off any item, so you may want to save that for big ticket items. So bargain cards are usually good. Event cards are either good or bad. And the first person to complete their list and have the most money left over is the winner. All right, so Bargain Hunter, final thoughts. What do I think about this game? To be honest, when I saw it online a long time ago, I thought, nah, I don't want this. And then I saw it in an antique store here locally. It was for like $5. I went, ugh, do I really want it though? So I checked and see if all the pieces were there. And my wife's like, hey, it's only $5, get it. I was like, all right. And I remember the whole time driving home, I was like, man, I hope this game doesn't suck. And it doesn't. It's a fantastic game. It is very thematic. You're walking around the mall, you got some cash, you got a credit card, and you're trying to get this whole shopping list done, and you're going to run out of cash fast. That's why when you pass their equivalent of Go, when you go around the whole mall, you're going to collect a little bit of money. Also, I forgot to mention, there's a 10% interest due on any of your credit at that time. So if you max out your credit card to $1,000, you owe $1,100 now. So there's an incentive to get your credit card paid off before it's payday again. And there's all sorts of strategy in this game too. For instance, like I was getting like the big ticket items, and I just thought, well, I got them for all the great prices because it was cheap here, and not cheap there. When they started mixing up, my wife was getting it for much cheaper than I was. I was like, oh man, so you never know what to get. You may have to buy it when you land on it. You know, like, do I really need a coffee maker right now? I was really saving up for a washer or a dresser. But I'll go ahead and get the coffee maker since I'm here. But then you land on coffee maker every stinking time you go into a department store. That's where those bargain cards come in, helping you move back a few spaces to the space you want to be at. There is a lot of good stuff to this game, and it makes it super fun. Will my credit card get approved or declined for some reason? I love that simple mechanic. In fact, that was the mechanic that enticed me to go ahead and buy the game. But to be honest, as a whole, it's fantastic. Now, needless to say, you're going to have to make some copies of that shopping list, because after a while, you're going to run out of copies in your game. But that's an easy problem to fix. Other than that, the game is fun. You're looking for the best deals. And also, by the way, to finish the game, you have to have everything, you know, on your list, but you can't be in debt either. You have to be totally out of debt, which is weird because in today's world, if they just reprinted this, they give you a $10,000 limit, and the first person to max out their credit cards wins. But yeah, you have to pay off all your debt too, which is easier said than done. Sure, there's event cards that will help you in that. There's cards that could give you extra money. But the thing is though, after a while, after the first few rounds, you're buying those big ticket items like I was. I had to just walk around the mall a couple of times gathering up my paydays to pay down my credit card. Just so I could spend it again. It is very thematic, and I cannot believe that for a vintage game that is so stinking good. And here's the good news, folks. It's still a bargain, pun intended, online. You can still get it for pretty cheap. So if you find it, you know, online pretty cheap, or you just find it around at one of your old antique stores or flea markets or whatnot, pick it up. It's a super fun game. Anyway, gamers, that is all the time I have for now. So until next time, shop on.